Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you guys can hear me well.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Darlington.
Thank you so much. We are in a space that is so cold. So if you see most of us having these jackets, um, don't worry. But thank you guys for joining us today. I am Darlington Asingwe, in case you don't know me. And I'm using this chance or opportunity to have one of my colleagues, one of my friends, who is called Nathan. Nathan is originally from Malawi, and Nathan is in the space of IT as well, just like I am as well. So, but his discipline is cybersecurity, and for me, my discipline is computer science. But the two, of course, are intertwined. And so I'm just going to introduce basically who is Nathan. Nathan is an associate cybersecurity lecturer in Malawi at a university called Malawi University of Science and Technology. Uh, he is a seasoned penetration tester and developer for those guys who are in cybersecurity space. Those terms are not new to you. Um, he works with Sophonet, which it is in cybersecurity and digital solutions. Nathan happens to be studying masters in computer science at the University of Edinburgh, which is the same institution that I'm studying as well. And yeah, he's a good colleague of mine. He's an expert when it comes to cybersecurity. So when I came to the UK and built a friendship with him, I saw that it was very significant for me to introduce him to our program, Pivosoft Coding Academy, so that he can, use his experience, use his knowledge to share with us, especially as young people who could, who are having interest in the cybersecurity space. And we know and understand that our field is changing drastically because of artificial intelligence, because of how things are being done, with AI, with models, agentic models, which are doing, interesting stuff on behalf of human beings. So we'd like to have his perspective. Would like him to come through and share his knowledge for us like professionals who are interested in taking this field. So you are welcome, Nathan. And thank you everyone for coming through, and let us enjoy this time. In case you have questions, please drop them in the chat, and we'll be able to, have some time to go through them with, and I'm sure Nathan will be able to respond to them. Thank you so much. Um, can do we do? You on mute, Nathan? Or
Oh yeah. Just noticed. Sorry. Apologies. Can you hear me right now?
yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Thank you for the introduction. I think a lot has been said, so I'll have to continue from there. So I prepared some slides so that maybe it can just guide us through. And within the slides, there are some of the links that you guys can scan and just give me a quick answer so that I can actually keep you engaged, and as well to make sure that we are all on the same page. So let me share the screen first. Can you guys confirm if you are able to see the screen? Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so let me just present. Okay, so as Darlington has said, I am an associate lecturer at the Malawi University of Science and Technology for the past 2 years. And also, I've been a pen tester and a developer for one of the leading cybersecurity company in Malawi, which is Cybersoft, which provides digital solutions, mostly related to cybersecurity in Malawi and also beyond. And currently, I'm studying my master's in cybersecurity, privacy, and trust at the University of Edinburgh, where Darlington is also studying his master's. So obviously, we are not here to talk about me. It's just a part of the discussion. But today, what we are talking about is navigating a career in cybersecurity, which is a huge topic, but I'll try to make sure that we fit into the next 40 minutes, I would say, so that maybe we can leave the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes for Q&A, okay? So we are here to explore something that matters actually or affects every one of us here, which is cybersecurity. This is, I could say, not only as a career, it's also a survival in this digital world, I would say. So whether you're a student or whether you are a professional, I think this session is important. I'm sure you can get something out of it and be motivated. So before we proceed, let's just warm up with this question, where I just want to understand you guys where you fit in. So it's just a question of how do you rate your current knowledge of cybersecurity? So what you can do is just scan the QR code, and then there's a question after you scan it. Okay, let me just paste the link. So I've pasted the link in the comment section, or you can just use your phone to scan it so that you can basically answer the question. So we just have a minute so that everyone can answer, and then I'll show you the results. Okay, so I have the results. So let me just pop up. So excuse me, I just need to just share the whole screen for now. So let me just share the whole screen. Let me stop this first. And then okay, so basically we have I think 2 attempts out of 3. So okay, so this is a beginner and then intermediate. All right, so I have the picture. Now we can proceed. So it doesn't matter if you are the beginner or the intermediate. I think I will just take it as basic as I could to make sure that I explain the complex terms or maybe the concepts that we are going to go through. So let's just proceed with what we have. So this is the roadmap of what we are going to have in this package. We are going to look at some of the problems that are there within the cybersecurity, because with the problems, we can have our own opportunities within the cybersecurity field. So we are also going to talk about who is eligible and what are some of the opportunities we can find in cybersecurity. And we are also going to have a task at the end. I wanted to prepare a demo, but with the time, I think it's not going to work. But I just have got a simple task at the end so that you guys can also answer some of the tasks that I have prepared. So task number 1 now, our objective. Let me just close this first. So I would say cybersecurity right now is not like a luxury anymore. It's now a necessity. This slide shows you exactly what I'm saying and justifies. So according to the research, we see that in 2024 FBI report, there was about 16.6 billion losses of US dollars through the cyber attacks. And also the UK government estimates annual cost of about 14.7 billion, which is, I don't know how much it is in your foreign currency, in your currency. And there's this also in Uganda. I think there was a major bank heist. Anyone who know about this? Does anyone know about what happened in this heist, or ever heard about it? Okay, so it's fine if you have never heard, if you never know about it, but there was a bank heist. I don't know which year, but which costed about 16 million US dollars. So I think there was a recovery activity which actually recovered about 16, maybe 50% of it. And the skills gap in cybersecurity, according to the research, is that we have over 4 million jobs that are not filled. And that's according to Cyber Magazine and also other sources. And right now, we can see that AI is also making attacks very much faster. And you can agree with me that there are AI written malwares and also AI generated phishing attacks. In general, we can say that the landscape for the cybersecurity is daily evolving. And more statistics you can find online, it will be about AI, cybersecurity threats affecting financial institutions, affecting the government, affecting the reputation of a person, and a lot of things are happening out there. So what does this mean? This means that cybersecurity is one of the biggest challenges that we have in nowadays, and also a source for the opportunity as the next generation. So this is just one of the affected areas that cybersecurity is really affecting financial sector, but there are also other effects such as character assassination and also the reputation damage and a lot of problems that we face due to cybersecurity attacks. So the next slides just gives us the real world examples of how cybersecurity is affecting our daily lives. So there are a lot of trillion or a lot of money being lost, and a lot of instances that we call instances because of the cyber attacks. And according to FBI, just the report in 2024, there are these losses, or these are the complaints that were actually reported just in 2024. So you can see that the losses only in 2024, we have got 16.6 billion US dollar. And then if you can see the trend here has been also rising. So this justifies that cybersecurity is really a major challenge that we have. This is CapMat. I think the statistics are only from Africa. As you can see that the financial sector is also heavily affected, and also other sectors. So all these trends are pointing out that we have got a challenge, and the trend is that these attacks are becoming more automated, more intelligent. I would say also more targeted, because of so many motivation from the cyber criminals. So according to the reports, we have got a huge number of losses from the investment frauds, and also from other cyber crimes such as business email compromise, tech support, and I'm sure you know about the personal data breach. Has anyone suffered maybe an investment fraud before? Hello? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. You can just... Anyone who is a victim of maybe investment fraud? Investment fraud is a type of crime that a person is being tricked to invest in something, and at the end of the day, they become a victim. Okay, I can see a hand. So all these crimes, why are they happening? Because of the different motives. This is just one of the losses that we can quantifiably report. In terms of the finances. So as you can see on the left, there are a lot of complaints that some of us, maybe we are also a victim of these kind of cyber crimes. So these are not all inclusive, because other cyber crimes are not really reported because of so many reasons, but this is just giving us a clear picture that we have got these kind of attacks and these kind of crimes that are being committed. So before we talk about maybe careers, let's also look at some of the threats that cybersecurity defenders or cybersecurity professionals are fighting against each and every day. So we have malware threats, and we have got phishing, we have got zero-day exploits, and DDoS. There are so many cyber threats that we have, so that we must be aware of them, and they are happening, and these are the ones that are causing these cyber crimes. So for the malware is just a malicious software which has got undesirable activities in our computer system, so that maybe they can try to cause harmful activities within our digital products. So for the phishing, it's just a way of tricking maybe a person to do something that is at the end of the day benefiting the attacker. And the zero-day exploits are those that actually they are not known within the products that we use, and mostly they are exploited by those I could say cyber criminals that are so sophisticated. And then the DDoS, yeah, so you can just have a target which you want to make sure that they do not have their services up. So the target can be overwhelmed by the botnets. Normally you compromise some of the botnets, like maybe the IoT devices, so that you can make sure that you can compromise a certain target to make sure that they don't provide their services. So those are just some of the common threats. So if you have got a question, maybe you can just pop it up in the chat, or at the end of the session, I'll be able to answer. So the big question is, do you need to be a genius or a hardcore programmer to join cybersecurity? So the answer is absolutely not. So cybersecurity is open to everyone, whether you are a student, whether you are an IT professional, or you are coming from the non-tech industry, business people, or arts, or a social scientist. So you can find yourself a niche, a place within cybersecurity, to make sure that you fit yourself into it. So I would say cybersecurity is not one skill, it's just a mindset. So what matters most is your curiosity, number one, ethics, problem solving, and also persistence. So curiosity is about yourself trying to understand the field, trying to understand different domains within the IT and also within the cybersecurity that can fit you. Problem solving is obviously trying to find solutions. And all of this is coming from your mind, not the actual skills. So once you have got the persistence, trying to understand the cybersecurity concepts, trying to solve the problems that we have seen the challenges that we have from social engineering or phishing or whatever. With that mind, you can be able to join the cybersecurity field. So I'll talk about some of the career choices that you can have within the cybersecurity. But before that, let's now look at this more fun part. I think everyone might be interested in this. So the roadmap, how can you become a cybersecurity expert? Or how can you develop yourself, and where can you start from? I mean, it depends on where you are sitting from. If you don't know anything, like I saw the answer that the person doesn't know anything, it's fine. You can start from the beginning. So you need to build your foundation. You need to understand some basics within the cybersecurity. You need to understand the networking part. So the networking is how computers communicate. How is it a message moves from one computer to another? That's the first thing you need to know about the technologies within the networking. And you also need to have the Linux basics. So in this case, because most of the tools and most of the targets that we are going to face within the cybersecurity, they are Linux based. Of course, you can also have the Windows based, but mostly it's about the Linux based system. So if we know how to navigate within the Linux environment, we can have an upper advantage. And because sometimes you have to customize the tool, and also you need to maybe develop a certain tool, we have to understand the programming language, which is called Python. At least if you have got a knowledge of Python, you can be able to read few lines of code from the tools maybe that you are trying to customize. In that case, you can make sure that you have got a proper tool that you can use at that moment. Security fundamentals, you need to understand the basics behind the security. Normally, if you understand what we call CIA triad means it's not a security agency. So CIA triad means you have to understand C, which is confidentiality. You have to understand the integrity within the security. You have to understand the availability part. Of course, there are also extra security fundamentals such as authentication, authorization, and maybe the non-repudiation. So all these terms, I can just only explain about the CIA, the confidentiality. That means when we say that we have got a confidentiality, we mean that if we are maybe communicating on the phone, or we are communicating on the laptop, we are sending messages, only the person who is intended to receive that message, who is intended to see that message, must be able to see that message. So there are so many mechanisms that are being used. Apparently, you have seen or you have heard about encryption and all sorts of that. Integrity means do not tamper. When I'm sending a message, hello, to my friend, no one should be able to change that message, and it should not look like hello at the end of the day. So there are so many mechanisms that are also being used, such as but the mechanisms are just there to check if a message was changed, so that there's a way to know that this message was changed by the receiver. The availability part is to make sure that the data or the systems are available to all those that are supposed to access it. So if data is not available to those who are authorized to access it, or the system is not available, it means that we have got a availability breach, which is normally caused by the DDoS or DOS, so distributed denial of service attacks. That's what it means. So the second step is now to get your hands dirty. There are so many platforms that you can practice. You can go to Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, Blue Team Labs. All these are free. You can start from free version, and maybe if you want more, then they demand you to pay. So Google cybersecurity certification, you can also join for free, and at the end of the day, you can also get a certificate. You can also, the next step would be to have, or maybe if you at least have the foundation and also you have got your hands dirty, you can also have the a chance to have the recognized certifications. So there are multiple levels of the certification. These are not all inclusive, but I just sampled some of them so that at least you can have a glimpse of what I'm saying. So the beginner level, Google cybersecurity, you can have all those certifications, whether you are looking for just a penetration testing, I think, or SOC analyst. There are so many certifications that you can choose from. And computer security, very, very good, very, very relevant. If you see most of the jobs now, they are looking for cybersecurity professionals. You will definitely find Computer Security Plus. Of course, Computer has got also other certifications that you can also have if you want. Intermediate level, we have got the CEH and also CCNA Security Advanced. That means you are an expert in this field, you can have those certifications. What I'm saying is that you can only have maybe a beginner level certification. You can land a job definitely. For example, with a Computer Security Plus, I have friends and also I have it, and there are so many opportunities there. There are so many adverts there that they require you to have a Computer Security Plus. It's not that expensive. It's a little bit cheaper than these advanced ones. So after you have, the recognized certifications, you can build yourself a portfolio. So whatever you're doing, because this skill needs you to have a lot of knowledge and skills in other fields, you need to also be able to write a report. You can also document some of your labs so that maybe you have got a potential employer that can employ you. You can also share some of the projects on LinkedIn or GitHub, of which it depends on how sensitive is the project, because you might also end up in trouble or something like that if maybe you did an assessment or some on a target who did not give you the authority to do that. So you might run into ethics issues there. So you can also, at the end of the day, join communities to make sure that you constantly gain insights from the experts. And one of the platform or one of the communities that I am in is the Computer community and also the EC Council. I join the webinars. So you just have to subscribe to them, and they'll always be updating the webinars for every month. I think you can have maybe 5 or 4 webinars within a month. It just depends on how free you are, because at the end of the day, they explain much to do with the current affairs. The topics are aligned with the current affairs, and also they are explained by the experts. So if you join the community, definitely it's a plus. You can have so many opportunities, so many adverts there. Okay, so what are some of the opportunities in cybersecurity? Where can you find yourself into? Okay, so I would say cybersecurity is not a one job. It's like an entire ecosystem. So whatever the personality, whether you are a technical guy or a technical person or analytical or somebody who is so creative, there's always a place for you, okay? So these are some of the roles. They're not all inclusive, but I just sampled of them, some of them. So we have got technical roles and non-technical roles. And then there are also, at the bottom, you can see that there are emerging areas that you can also have yourself find opportunity. So technical roles, penetration testing, normally you are authorized to do this. A SOC analyst is for those who are working the Security Operations Center, just to identify some of the breaches and defend the systems. So a SOC is very big. It's for the bigger enterprises. So you can be a incident responder, a malware analyst, a cloud security engineer, and the list goes on and on. But there's a lot of overlap in these roles that if you are a SOC analyst, you can also be an incident responder at the same time. For the non-technical roles, we have got the GRC. So GRC just stands for governance, risk, and compliance. So you can see that that doesn't really necessarily want you to get your hands dirty, maybe to understand more about the networking part, but it's about how you are managing risks and also compliance or governing your institution. You can also be a cybersecurity auditor. This could be a non-technical, but at some point you need to have some technical expertise. And a privacy analyst. So this is more in not in Africa, but maybe in Europe and also other continents, because this deals more with the personal data. How is it collected? How is it being used? And just to make sure that we don't expose much of the data to the world, because that data can also be used against the user, and they might end up being the victims. For example, if you leak maybe health records of a person, obviously their reputation, or you can assassinate their character. So that deals with the privacy. So you can also have the training specialist and so many more. The emerging ones, we have got the AI security, because of the AI and operation technology and industrial control systems. Normally for the electricity companies or maybe the water boards and all these critical infrastructures, they normally rely on the industrial control systems such as the SCADA. And we have got a blockchain and smart contract security. Anyone who understands or ever heard about the smart contracts? Wow. So smart contracts, they're just softwares or maybe programs that are being run within the blockchains. We normally build these programs so that they can be run on the blockchain. So there's a lot which is involved. You have to deal with the distributed ledger and all that, but it's a nice field and it's an emerging. If you can be an expert in this field of blockchain or AI security or threat intelligence, you can also have an upper hand. So obviously I've mentioned a lot about the AI and how it's affecting or shaping our day-to-day lives. So I just want to point out that AI has accelerated the attacks, and at the same time, we as cybersecurity professionals, we also have got a competitive advantage. So the thing about AI is it's not like AI will be replacing maybe cybersecurity professional, because the issue of security is very, very critical. So I would say the AI is or just here to empower us as cybersecurity professionals, because right now we can be able to do tasks very much faster than we used to do. Maybe if you want to analyze maybe an incident or a malware maybe infected a system, or maybe you just want to analyze the logs for a breach within the company, in that case, if we use the AI part, it will take just a few minutes than just analyzing maybe the whole week to find maybe the root cause of the breach. So in terms of defense, we are also empowered. We are also having opportunities within the AI. So if you use AI, you understand the AI, actually you have got a good competitive advantage than someone who ignores AI, because AI is here, so we just have to use it in our advantage. And we have got also other trends for quantum, crypto, computational threats. For the quantum, it's still in a theory, I think in theoretical setup, because we don't have the actual quantum computer right now. There's still a lot of research within it. The thing with a quantum computer is that all the security that we have right now will be relevant if quantum computer is here. But there's a lot of investment that is being done right now. Think of our emails, think of our communications. All these will be broken down because they rely on the computational security, which says that we cannot break the encryption of the systems that are here, because it can take you maybe 100 billions or 100 million years to make sure that you break maybe a crypto system. But with the quantum, it will be very much faster. And the threat is that they call it harvest now and decrypt later. So you can collect data now because quantum is being researched. You can collect encrypted data now, maybe health records of somebody, or maybe the company or the government. And then in 2032, maybe we have got a quantum, you can try to decrypt it. So there's a lot of investment that is happening. So the quantum threat is real. And we have got this also supply chain, IoT, OT surfaces because of the IoT prematurely being deployed or being used. They have got vulnerabilities that can be leveraged. And with that, we need to also to be aware. Okay, so what are we supposed to do now? I would say now cybersecurity is not just a job, it's now a responsibility that we need to bear. So there is a lot that we can do because most of the attacks right now, they are just targeting, they are targeted attacks. It could be a government targeting a government, maybe an organization targeting another organization, or maybe a person targeting a person. We can do something about it. So these are some of the best practices that can also reduce the risks. That was in 2025, but we can also still be applying. So authentication and controls, we have got trainings and instant response. This instant response and recovery is to do with the digital forensics because we need to investigate and we need to understand who did it, why did they do it, what time, and other parameters that we must fully understand the attack that happened. And this will help us to maybe to find the real cause of the problems and also charge those who were involved in this case. But forensics is also a big field because you need to actually, you need to also be certified. You need to understand the concept behind digital forensics. So that's also one of the interesting fields that I like most. And if I have to do a PhD in that, I will definitely do that. Continuous testing and monitoring order of the day. So if we collaborate, also we become so stronger. So I think that's it what I had, guys, for you. That's it what I prepared for you. If there are questions, you can also drop in the comments. But for now, let's just quickly move to this task that we can do. Let me just show you. So it's just a matching game so that you can just match whatever you know and then with the correct answer. Let me just show you. Paste the link. Oh, you know, Okay. So I've pasted the link in the comment. Can you just try to match this concept so that at least
Hi, Mr. Nathan.
yes.
So I think I have a problem on my end.
Okay.
It's like I have two two options which are the same. Like there is fake messages designed to steal your information on option B and then D. I don't know if it is.
You have something like this?
Yeah. But then B and D are the same, like they're repeated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, just answer what you have. I think the shuffling didn't work well. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe if it can be verbal, like
Um,
if we can read and then according to what you know, then
okay.
yeah.
I can leave it like this. I don't know, guys. Do you have the proper answers for that?
Yes, they are.
Okay. You got it. Ah, yeah. Nice. This is Edmond. Edmond has got a background which is cybersecurity related, something else.
Actually,
Ah, okay. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of
Hello?
course, of course. There was a bit of noise.
In the background. Thank you for the opportunity.
Can you just maybe write in the comment section because I can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, somehow, but not. Yeah.
Okay, I feel phishing is particularly concerned with the fake messages designed to steal your info.
The what? I think there's a lot of noise, but I don't know if is it from on my end. You can just type the question in the comment section.
Edmund, we seem to not to have you well. You have like a very noisy background. So just like Nathan has advised, I think it would be better for you to type the question in the chat, and then we pick it up from there so that they can answer your question. Unfortunately, we can't hear you because there's sort of like a noisy background.
Okay, so anyways, these are the correct answers. If you got it right, I think most of you got it right. Just basically just to make sure that you understand these basic threats and what they mean. So yes, Martin.
Yeah, so what's the difference between the first one and deepfake scam? So you see they have the same answers. Phishing and deepfake scam. I need to know the deepfake scam, at least phishing.
Oh yeah. Okay. The deepfake scam. Okay, this is not the proper answer, I could say. Thanks for noticing. So
Right.
for the deepfake scam, it's just you use AI generated content. Okay. It could be an audio, it could be a video, it could be a picture, or it could be a message. So as long as it's coming from the AI, that's a deepfake scam.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, welcome. So phishing, fake messages, ransomware definitely locks up your files and also demand a ransom, which is a payment. For the DDoS, overwhelm my website until it crashes. So for the DDoS attack, it affects the the availability part. Okay, so Tisan.
Yes, please. Thank you, sir. So
Yeah.
you've said that AI, like deepfakes, are AI generated content. Is it that everything that is generated by AI is it deepfake?
No, as long as it's used to carry out a cybercrime. Okay. Yes.
So I'd like to maybe let me contribute a bit. I don't know if it's the one I've related to correctly.
Yeah.
What these scammers use? The Yahoo boys from Nigeria. They impersonate, they create AI generated images, and impersonate someone is that a deepfake scam? Then someone maybe, yeah, they lure someone using those images generated by AI.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what we are talking about. As long as it's intention is to make sure that you scam people or to make sure that you commit a cybercrime, that is a deepfake because you just created you using the AI.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at the last question first before we start. Before we start with the Q&A part. Okay, so let me just forward. So the last question is that if someone hacked your Instagram or LinkedIn account today, what's your first reaction? What could be your first reaction? So the question is, if someone hacked your Instagram today, what's your first reaction? So I'll paste the link in the comments so that you can be able to see. Just there's no right or wrong answer. You can just type a short answer. So this is just an opinion question. You just have to think like maybe a defender, not as someone who is scared of the cyber attacks. You can send as multiple as multiple as many as responses, no problem. Okay. That's interesting. So, okay, so two-factor authentication, that's great. Login, reset device, enable password. Can anyone who wrote maybe who wrote the reset device? I don't know if it was it the reset device. Explain to us. Oh, wow. Setting password, that's good. That's good. Multi-factor authentication, very, very brilliant. Is it log out suspicious devices? Yeah, that's actually a good approach, because you need to alert your friends or followers. They might be fall into a scam. At the end of the day, they will be start, or maybe they can sue you. The reset password, very important. So you guys are thinking like defenders. You're not thinking like cowards. I mean, all these answers are correct, because there's no one single criteria. This is where you can show your defensive mechanism or your defensive skills. But you don't reset your device because this is an account, or you don't uninstall the Instagram, then you think like it's over like that. No, you have to do all these. Okay, guys, I think this is all what I had. I'm sure maybe I scratched a surface a little bit, but I'm sure this has been helpful, informative. In any way it can try to help you in your careers. But thank you very much for your patience, and also for being so interactive. Thank you, guys. This is where I'm ending my my session. So if you have got a question, I think we can just have this moment for questions.
Okay, thank you so much, my friend Nathan, for sparing your time to come and talk to us. I know we are sort of a busy schedule. So if you guys, if Nathan can spare 1 hour or so for us, then really we should not take that for granted. I would like you guys to take this moment and appreciate him, guys. Thumbs up for him. You can really see that he took time to draft those slides, put them up, and share the content with us. It's not easy. I can truly tell you that we are in a very busy time, and so him doing that for me, just to share with with everyone here who has attended, and those guys who are going to catch up the session through the recording. I really don't take that for granted. So thank you so much. And if any of you has got a question, please raise up your hand. I see Ronald has got his hand up. Please ask, so that we can use this opportunity to ask your question with Nathan. Please go on, Ronald.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Darlington. So I still have a concern about deepfakes. And then as I was like digging deep, I realized that there are two terminologies, which is misinformation and then disinformation. But then I got confused about that. So I please wanted like to get some clarity about both of that too.
Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Let's get like questions at once, and then maybe he answers all of your questions at once. And yeah, anyone else with the questions? You guys are content? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Before we should be able to close this in a few minutes. We need Nathan to go other and do other activities, as it is a very busy time for everyone.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the beautiful question. I think these are two terminologies that are really confusing, like you have said, but you can differentiate them in terms of the intention, I would say. So misinformation is just you've been misinformed and you have false or inaccurate information that is actually spreading all over the place. And it's basically unintentional. Maybe I'll give you an example of maybe a football match. So a football match that happened maybe between Uganda and Malawi, maybe in 2015. Okay. So this is 2026, right? You don't recall much, but you believe that maybe Uganda beat Malawi 2-0, but you don't know which year. So you are saying, I think Malawi was beaten by Uganda in 2015. Okay. That's false. Maybe the event happened in 2020. Okay. So that's not intentional. You believe that it's true, but maybe the wrong date or is making it to be a false event. For the disinformation, it's very intentional, and this is direct. It could be now you design something to mislead. Okay, your intention is just to make sure that people are being manipulated, or maybe you are causing a harm. Okay, so I think that's the way you can differentiate it. You deliberately create false information so that maybe you just confuse the yeah. I'm sure that's helpful.
Okay, thank you so much, Nathan. Do we have anyone else, or we can bring it to close now? If there are no other questions, I'm just giving one last shot. If there is another question, if not, then we can close it from here. And okay, so thank you so much, Nathan, once again. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming through. I hope you have learned something today, or you've gone home back with at least something new. That's the most important thing. Do you have anything you've learned? Have you been inspired at least to go into the cyber security space and do amazing things? And of course, that's why I would like to see. I wouldn't want to to see our banks getting hacked, and yet you guys are here. You are inspired, but you don't
I've seen that he said that he knows 16 billion shillings, right? I think if you convert it in US dollar, that's a lot.
Yeah. So cybersecurity, previously I did not understand where being coming from the computer science discipline. I thought that maybe cybersecurity does not play a big role in the industry, but I was totally wrong. Cybersecurity is a very, very big domain, a very significant domain. I imagine building systems which are not secure. You literally nothing. People are going to steal money. People are going to destroy, to steal information, to steal data, and of course, people are using data now to train machine learning models. So data is a significant resource at the moment. So if someone can manage to penetrate into your systems and be able to steal, data, to steal money, you're going to run bankrupt. They're going to steal your data and train these models for, every other thing. So it's important that you guys look into that space of cybersecurity. It is now a domain that I would recommend, most guys to go into. And given the fact that now when it comes to traditional software engineering, we have now AI building stuff, man. We have agentic models building things. But at the moment, I don't know what will be the future of cybersecurity as well, but I'm still optimistic about it because so far for software engineering now, software engineering themselves do not understand what next. I was reading, some information from Anthropic, these guys of cloud, and the CEO was saying that the devs themselves now are using cloud itself to to automate any software engineering work. So you really see that the future of traditional software engineering is unpredictable, if I can say so. So no one knows. But the most important thing I can tell you is to keep learning every day, because technology is a landscape that that changes actually per second. Today guys are deploying new stuff, deploying new changes. So if you don't keep up to date, then you're going to be left behind. So this would be my advice to everyone who is in IT. Keep up to date, keep track of everything that is happening. Ensure that you learn every day to keep track, to be on the same line with others. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be using tools which are out of date. You're going to be using knowledge which is no longer significant because maybe new knowledge has been brought on board, and it makes the knowledge that you're using to be sort of like deprecated, just like we have libraries that get deprecated. So that's I think those are my final shots. The next session might come through, let me see, we might have the next session in maybe next month. I'll try to talk to get you another guest. Hopefully he'll be coming from the AI space. I have my one of some of my colleagues who are good in the AI space, and hopefully I'll bring them on board to speak to you about the future of AI and how it impacts how we are doing things now. I think let's bring it to close here, unless someone wants to say something. But otherwise, thank you so much, everyone, for coming through, and thank you so much, Nathan, for putting this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys. All the best.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Bye.